Let's get right into it. Number 5. The confidence of being loud and wrong. There's a special kind of human who can walk into a room, slam their opinion onto the table like a poorly written UNO card, and say it with the confidence of someone who has never, ever, Googled anything in their life. Picture it. You're at a family gathering, someone brings up how airplanes work, and suddenly your cousin who failed basic physics twice starts explaining air pressure by flapping his hands like a confused pigeon. This is the classic habit. When you don't understand something, just talk louder. Your brain, instead of whispering, "Hey buddy, maybe we should check a fact," hits you with the bold suggestion, "Trust me, I saw a meme about this once." This is the Dunning-Kruger effect in action. The less someone knows, the more they believe they know. It's like being lost in the woods but confidently leading the group deeper because you have a good feeling about this direction. Psychology says that people with low competence often lack the ability to recognize their own incompetence, but that's too boring. Let's put it this way. It's like having your internal GPS permanently stuck on recalculating, but the volume is muted, so you assume you're a navigation god. And the worst part? Confidence is contagious. The moment someone delivers nonsense with enough bravado, parts of your brain start thinking, wait, maybe penguins can fly if they want it badly enough. Basically, this habit turns every conversation into a TED Talk nobody asked for. The punchline? When you're loud and wrong, your brain isn't defending facts, it's defending your ego. It's basically throwing a tantrum in your honor. Number 4. The magical thinking marathon. Imagine waking up and deciding your problems aren't caused by diet, habits, or choices, but by the alignment of 3 planets, a suspicious-looking pigeon outside your window, and an energy crystal you forgot to charge last night. If that sounds familiar, you might be participating in the most chaotic habit of all, magical thinking. This is when the brain abandons logic and starts connecting random dots like it's drawing constellations in a child's coloring book. You spill your coffee? Mercury, retrograde. Obviously, you failed your exam. The universe was testing your energy. You tripped on the sidewalk. Someone's negative aura attacked you. Your brain loves shortcuts. It hates doing the hard work of figuring out real causes, so sometimes it just shrugs and says, listen, I don't know. Maybe it's vibes, but when you consistently replace cause and effect with hocus-pocus theories, you end up living life like it's a poorly written fantasy novel. Here's the science. Humans crave patterns, even if the patterns are fake. That's why you knock on wood. Avoid stepping on cracks, or think wearing your lucky socks will improve your life choices. Spoiler, it will not, especially if those socks are older than your phone. Magical thinking gives you the illusion of control, which is adorable, because in reality, your brain is just connecting nonsense with more nonsense and calling it wisdom. It's like asking a toddler to explain economics. Basically, your brain turns into a conspiracy theorist with glitter. Number 3. Epic Procrastination Olympics. Picture this. You have one job, literally one tiny manageable task. Maybe it's sending an email, maybe it's washing one plate, maybe it's finally opening that document titled Final Report, real one this time. And instead of doing it, your brain decides now is the perfect moment to reorganize your sock drawer, deep clean the ceiling, or research whether dolphins sleep with one eye open. This isn't regular procrastination, this is competitive, performance-level avoidance, where your brain becomes an athlete sprinting away from responsibility. You know you should start. You feel the guilt crawling up your spine, but your brain whispers, what if, hear me out. We do absolutely nothing instead. Here's the weird psychology behind it. Tasks trigger anxiety when your brain thinks they're threatening. Not physically, your laundry isn't chasing you with a knife, hopefully, but mentally. So your mind invents creative detours to avoid discomfort, even if the detours are objectively dumber than the original problem. And the worst part? During procrastination you become an efficiency genius. You scrub corners of your room you didn't know existed. You suddenly remember every person you haven't texted back since 2019. You become emotionally invested in Wikipedia pages you didn't intend to open. It's productivity, but the wrong kind. Under the hood, your brain is juggling dopamine, fear of failure, and the desperate need to self-soothe. It's basically a circus clown trying to balance flaming bowling pins, badly. In the end, procrastination is your nervous system screaming, nope, while pretending it's handling things. It's a tantrum with better branding. Number 2, the double-down spiral. You ever see someone make a mistake, like a big, obvious neon sign mistake, and instead of admitting it, they dig a hole so deep they come out on the other side of the earth? This is the signature move, doubling down when you're already wrong. Imagine telling someone the capital of France is Eiffel Tower City, being immediately corrected, and then responding with, well, actually, the government changed it recently. Congratulations, you have now joined the elite league of people who would rather fight reality than lose an argument. Psychology calls this cognitive dissonance, but it feels more like emotional panic mixed with stubborn chaos. Your brain can't handle the idea that you might be wrong, so it starts improvising excuses like a toddler caught stealing cookies. Suddenly, You're rewriting history, inventing facts, and performing mental gymnastics so intense you could qualify for the Olympics. This habit is fueled by ego protection mode. Instead of thinking, oops, my bad, your brain slams the emergency button and shouts, defend the nonsense! It's basically using duct tape to repair a sinking ship, pointless but enthusiastic. Each lie or excuse adds another brick to the fortress of denial, and soon you're living inside a castle built entirely from your own bad decisions. And the irony? Admitting you were wrong usually takes 3 seconds. Doubling down takes a lifetime. In short, doubling down is your ego trying to look smart while dragging you into absurdity. It's the intellectual equivalent of tripping, falling, and announcing you meant to do that. Number 1, the I already know this syndrome. Imagine learning nothing, not because you don't want to, but because you've mastered the ancient art of pretending you already know everything, even when you absolutely, definitely, undeniably do not. Someone tries to teach you something simple, like how to properly boil pasta, and your brain immediately slaps their hand away like, please, I was born with this knowledge. Meanwhile, you're in the kitchen creating noodle-flavored crimes. This habit is the final boss of unearned confidence. It's when your brain refuses new information the same way your phone refuses to charge at 1%, with dramatic, unnecessary resistance. Deep down, it's not that you actually think you know everything. It's that admitting you don't feels like peeling off a piece of your ego with a butter knife. Here's the psychology. People who think learning makes them look weak often avoid learning altogether. It's called the illusion of explanatory depth, which is a fancy way of saying your brain believes it understands things way more than it actually does. Like confidently claiming you know how Wi-Fi works because you once watched a YouTube animation of a glowing blue wave traveling through a house. When someone tries to teach you something, instead of listening, your mind goes into performance mode. You start nodding aggressively, adding vague phrases like, yeah, exactly, or delivering meaningless statements such as, it's all connected when you think about it. Yes, very profound, and also completely empty. But here's the real twist. People who fake expertise miss out the most. They block themselves from learning skills, ideas, and perspectives that could have upgraded their life faster than any self-help book written in pastels. Your brain thinks it's being a proud warrior defending its territory, but from the outside, it looks like someone refusing to read instructions while building IKEA furniture and ending up with a chair that screams for help. In simple terms, pretending you already know everything doesn't make you smart, it just makes you loud and lost. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.